our second session. We are meeting after a long time for our second section on marketing management. In the first session, we have seen our first chapter, that is product mix, places, brief introduction about marketing, a recent trend in the international businesses. And today we are going to see a new product development process. You may be aware that 75% of the products fail in their launching phase itself, and it costs huge to the organization. We'll like to share one experience where you will see it's not only about just a monetary loss, or it is not just about your loss of your cost, but there is much more which you lost if you fail to launch a product. So let's take an example of GSK Horlicks, my previous organization. We launched a Horlicks Foodles, okay, which was a competitor to Maggi noodle. Okay, we called Foodles because it was something which has a differentiation. Initially, noodles used to come only in maida, okay, which everybody knows that is not good for white flour, that is not good for health. So we launched in a atta, that is wheat. Okay, base was wheat, ragi, so many ingredients were included which were considered as healthy for your body. We launched Horlicks Foodles in 2010. Okay, a company obviously had a very aggression towards this product because there was a huge market for this product, like a 95 to 96% market share was with Maggi, and 4% was some local brands, or like one was a good brand, Top Ramen. Okay, Top Ramen was there, but somehow they were not able to compete with a giant Nestle. Okay, so obviously GSK has that capacity, that potential to challenge Maggi noodles. We launched that product 2010 with the variants, variants. Initially, product was a huge success because somehow people like retailers were not happy with the supply. They used to pay in advance, then if they will get a stock. Obviously, stock was always short because there was a monopoly. So Maggi was never afraid that anybody can take their market share. But suddenly, Horlicks launched a noodles product, and already they had a huge presence in outlet because of Horlicks, because of Boost, because of Iodex. So they were having a very good presence in market outlets. So they launched noodles, Horlicks Foodles. Initially, within 6 months, it has achieved a 5% market share. Okay, so now Nestle has came to 90%. Obviously, they have that early more advantage because they launched in 1983. Nestle was like Maggi was launched in 1983, and they taught to the world how to do breakfast. Okay, so that was a different process, that was a different segment. But again in 2010, Horlicks launched its Horlicks Foodles, and definitely we tried very well. There was a very good planning. We will see what are the steps where we missed. We will see that, or even I will suggest you to study any product and match them with these steps which we are going to see today, and see where this product has failed. Okay, so even in fact my PhD topic was also same. I have used McKinsey 7S principles to understand why particular product fail and why particular success have a success in market. 2010 we launched. Within 6 months we achieved 5% market share. Everything was going very well, but suddenly, like in fact, the response was so good that even Horlicks was not having enough stock to provide to supply to market. Okay, so even Horlicks was short in the market. Meanwhile, Nestle has realized their mistake, that is shortage of product in the market. Or if like you are a customer and you go to outlet and you find that there is no Maggi, so what you will say? You will say कि कुछ और दे दो. Okay, either you will buy Top Ramen or Horlicks Foodles. Meanwhile, Nestle has came very aggressively. They gave a lot of displays, boarding, hoarding, posters, whatever BTL activity they can do. They have done every activity to ensure their product should be a first choice for customer, as usual it was. Okay, हमेशा से people wanted a Maggi. Now because Maggi was not available, they were going for a substitute. Okay, so they wanted to come back again. They wanted to rectify their mistake. They came with a huge stock. They started giving credit to market. Lot of schemes were launched. So again, retailers were very happy because to sell something else, they need to promote that product. Okay, ये अच्छा है, ये है, ये है. but there is no selling story for Maggie. Maggie itself is a selling story. Like people were already aware about Maggie. So retailer were also happy that okay, because of some competitor they are again getting a respect, they are again getting a stock, they are again getting credit, they are again getting a schemes. So obviously they filled their retail store with Maggie. And when Horlicks again came with a stock, new stock, they said, "नहीं अभी मेरे पास माल पड़ा हुआ है. Like I have enough stock of Maggie and I'm getting stock within a call, like within an hour if I call to my distributor. So I don't want to put any other product." Again, expiry used to increased for Horlicks because now they have produced double stock. Because initially they have realized there is a huge potential, we have a huge acceptance in the market, without realizing that it was just a substitute, and they were able to launch because of failure of Maggie. It is not consumer's choice. We have produced in huge quantity, we were not able to place that product into market, and somehow wherever we placed, it was off take. Like once we place product in the market, that was not an issue. But from where we have not supplied stock to market, and stock was with the go down, either distributor go down or company have go down, everything has expired because shelf life was very less, 6 months shelf life. In that 6 months also, like to transport that good from factory to distributor point, that also took us some time, like 1 month. So in and all you have only 5 months of shelf life, and people don't want last month stock. Okay, so again, like there were only 2-3 months to sell that product, we were not able to sell that product, and literally we used to burn a stock full of truck. Okay, and this we used to do every month, every week. Obviously there were like multiple things, which first, cost of manufacturing, cost of transport from hub to distributor point. Third thing is taking the stock from distributor point to a place where we can burn that stock. And obviously into this process, cost plus remaining cost, like it went to more than 100% of the cost. Second thing, motivation. The most important thing is motivation of employee, motivation of owner. Everything was destroyed. Okay, everything was shattered. People were afraid of launching any new product, people were afraid of taking any innovative step, because they had faced a huge loss. Okay, it's okay, like company was enough big, they have managed to adjust that loss. But again they have launched another product, again that same, like again other product, like it was a biscuit, Horlicks biscuit. Again that Horlicks biscuit unable to compete with the Parle-G, so they have failed. So multiple failure led to selling of GSK to HUL. Okay, such a big company, 150-year-old company, suddenly they made some wrong decisions, company unable to launch a new products, and ultimately company have to sell themselves to HUL. So this is a magnification, or this is the level of importance of new product launch and development in any company. So let's see what is this new product development process. What do you mean by new product? Okay, what are the types of new product? What are the steps in new product development? Meanwhile we'll discuss some case studies to understand which are the companies which are able to match with all the 7 steps and they launch their product. And some of the companies, like we have seen Horlicks Foodles case, where we have failed to launch new product. Okay, so content what is new product, process of new product development, and finally we'll see conclusion. Okay, so what is new product? First, what is product? A product is anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy needs and wants. We have studied in our first section what is marketing. Marketing is understanding the customer need, converting that need into a product, and ultimately maybe you don't have to sell that product, because if you have understood the market need, automatically people will come to your product. Like I was just thinking about one other company that is called Mamaearth. Okay, recently it's like huge discussion, everybody is discussing about it. 10,000 plus crore company, started by a woman. Okay, so Mamaearth, if you see, like the story of Mamaearth goes like that. A lady, she was using a multiple products for her baby, and somehow she was not happy with the product because her baby was getting irritations. So she thought of she started searching for a new product where she will have a better comfort. So obviously she find a solution is importing the product. So when she used to import those products from a foreign market, obviously it will cost a huge. Okay, and what about convenience? It was not convenient too. So Going ahead, realizing her own problem, she has realized that there are many mothers who are facing the same problem. So what she did, she started preparing her own product, okay, with the like the content which foreigners are using, or the best of the best products are using, and they are very safe for baby, including or giving a touch of Ayurvedic or nature to it. And somehow they launched the product, and every mother was looking for some products. Product became a huge success in a very short period of time. Once they have this product line, once the Mama Earth name is established, now they can launch any product. Now they are even going to launch a diaper. Whatever they launch, I'm sure they will succeed in that market. So we were discussing about the product. Product is anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy needs and wants. So she satisfied needs and wants of a market, and it had become a product. A new product is any product which is perceived by the customer as being a new. So it's not that every time when you launch a product, that then only it will be a new product. Anyway, if you like, we'll discuss some case study, like Cadbury case study I have stored for today's lecture, where it is not a new product. We are having a Cadbury from so long, okay, but every time they change their advertisement, they will give a new connotation, a new meaning to their Cadbury chocolate. Okay, so let's understand types of new categories, or what do we mean by new product. So new product categories are something like new to the world. Okay, first time you are launching something, okay, which was never there, like electric e-vehicle. E-vehicle were never there. We have never seen e-vehicle, in our past. So something which is new to the world will called a new product. That is also one category. Okay, new to the product line. New to the product line means, suppose Reliance has multiple products, like Reliance into oil, Reliance were into manufacturing of say vehicles, they were into four-wheeler, they were into multiple things, but now they have decided to enter into DTH segment. So obviously product line was always there. They have just extended one more product to their product line. That is called product line, new to the product line. They like product may be new, like there are many DTH already available in the market, but to that company that line was new. So for them that line is a new product, and customer will also perceive that, okay, we have used multiple DTH, but now Reliance is also coming, Geo is also coming into DTH. So for them, for customer, for company, that is a new product. So this is another category where product were already there. The only thing is another company launched that product. So that is also a new product line. In first category, new to the world, nobody had that product, and it was completely new product to the world. Third category is addition to the existing product line. Addition to the existing product line means what? Suppose you already had a Horlicks. Now you had say 400 gram, 500 gram. Now you have launched in a sachet, maybe 50 gram packet. So that new product was existing there. They have just existing product line को increase कर दिया. They have made one addition to the existing product line, and that is what we called a third category, existing to the addition to the existing product line. Horlicks was already there, 200 gram, 500 gram were already there. They have launched in a sachet that is 50 gram. So this is also perceived as this is a new pack, and this can be used in a traveling purpose. Okay, you don't have to take a complete bottle. Okay, even by having a sachet, you can manage your 2 to 3 days into that traveling part. So this is also a new product line or new product. Improvement and revision of existing product. Okay, so this is something like existing product is there. Let's say example of Iodex. Okay, Iodex was already there, but they have said now we have launching Iodex with a double power, 2x, 3x, 4x. Okay, so you must have seen advertisement where saying अब नए अवतार में, okay, जो like Dettol also they launch with a new avatar, okay, where Dettol is able to kill more number of bacteria or new kind of bacteria, okay, even a COVID bacteria which cause COVID. So maybe you are having a product into market, you are already selling that product, but you make certain changes and you introduce that product with a more efficiency. Okay, improvement and revision of existing product. Fifth category is repositioning. Okay, I hope you are making notes, because after this thing, after going through a session, maybe there will be little confusion. So write down some of the examples after every category so that you can revise afterward. Repositioning means what? Product is already there, you are already selling that product, but you are selling it to the new kind of customer, or you have changed your selling story to something else. let's take example what I mean by repositioning. Okay, like the best example is Cadbury chocolate. Okay, so Cadbury chocolate initially it was just a chocolate. Okay, so there was a different advertisement. Then it has changed into kuch meetha ho jaye. Okay, so now they are not promoting Cadbury as just a Cadbury chocolate, but they are promoting this as a sweet item. Okay, which is easily available to near a store, because they are obviously their supply is much better than any sweet shop have. Then they have changed it into a gift packet. Okay, so it is like, during Diwali, Holi, or whatever festival, New Year. So whenever you are going to somebody's home or you are meeting somebody, so you can give them as a gift pack. So they have launched same Cadbury chocolate and they have repositioned it as a gift pack. Okay, recently they are giving another ad where there is a lady and she scolds at the guy कि every time Baba you miss something into your pocket. So he says कि इस बार बोला नहीं हो, जानबूझ के रखा है. So there is another way of showing a love towards somebody to whom you care. Okay, so it is kind of spreading a love by giving a chocolate. Okay, so every time you will see there is a new product, there is innovation into their product by giving a same product but selling or giving repositioning to the product. So this is another new product for a company. Okay, because now they are going into a different segment. The moment you say it is just a chocolate, maybe kids will be interested. The moment you say it is a gift pack, adult will also be interested. Or it will be a product to be sold in a festival. Their competitors will be sweet shops. Their product placement will be at a sweet shop. Like you must have seen during Diwali and all the sweet shops will have a separate counter for Cadbury chocolates. Okay, maybe they are selling Cadbury chocolates, but bigger packs, 500 packs, 600 rupees pack, 1000 rupees pack. Okay, dry foods. Even Cadbury has made that pockets where we have dry foods, because if you are selling it for a gifting purpose, maybe you can also go for a dry foods. Okay, so these dry food products will be available only during festivals. So this is about repositioning. Or you can say like you're taking the same example, you can go to the second category that's new to the product line. Okay, they were selling Cadbury chocolates. Now they have added one more category, that is dry foods, Cadbury dry foods. Okay, existing product, that is Cadbury, they have increased one more line, that is a dry fruit. Maybe there is a kaju, there is badam, there is something else. So that can be addition to the third line, addition to the existing product line. But launching in dry fruits itself is a new product for a company. But adding one more variant, like Akrod was not there, they are launching now Akrod also. So that will come into third category, that is addition to the existing product line. Okay, then cost reduction. नया शैम्पू, like they cut down the old price and they write the new price. Okay, नया शैम्पू अब 30 रुपये में भी अवेलेबल, अभी 20 में नहीं 10 में अवेलेबल. So launching a new product by reducing the MRP, that is also a new product for an organization, because again you have to market that product into that way. Maybe you have seen like people are not buying our product because of our MRP, so you will reduce your MRP. But the moment you reduce the MRP, you also need to communicate to the market. So how can you communicate? You have to follow a process, that is a new product development process. Then only customer will perceive a benefit of reduced MRP. Otherwise, there is no use of reducing the MRP. So these are the some of the way you can define new product. It is not just about something new to the world. There can be a small change in your product, and you can, like, maybe you have changed the ingredient, maybe you have given double power to it, maybe you have reduced the prices, maybe you have done some kind of improvement into your existing product, and that is also a new product for a company or new product for a consumer. Okay, so second is the new product development process. New product development is the development of original product improvement, product modification, and new brands through the firm's own R&D efforts. Okay, so as we have seen the definition, here also we have seen it's not about only launching new to the world, but even doing a smaller modification. You can go for a new development process, or you're supposed to go through a new product development process, because by modifying or by doing price reduction or by increasing your product line, you have spent money into that, and you want a different revenue from that expenditure. Okay, and you have gone through R&D, different processes, pilot project. So obviously you want to monetize that process. So whenever you are doing any change in a product, let market should know that you have made certain changes for your customer, and this process itself requires a new product development process. Until unless you consider that change as a new product, you will not be able to place that product to market. Otherwise, people will perceive that it is just an old product. Okay, and you don't want that. You want to refresh or you want to increase the product life cycle. That's why you need to make the changes. Okay, product life cycle, that means every product goes through at certain stages in their development process. Like initially you will introduce the product. Okay, once you introduce the product, it will achieve a growth stage. So once it goes to achieve a growth stage, like it will increase its revenue, market share, like product will have, you know, a lot of presence in a market, lot of shelves will occupied by your product. That is a growth state. Then you have a stagnancy. Stagnancy means अभी sell बढ़ नहीं रहा है, कम नहीं हो रहा है. So it is going on a same level from month to month, year to year. That is the stagnancy. But that stagnancy will also not continue for a long. It will go to declining stage. After some time, it will go to declining stage. That means product अभी नीचे आना शुरू हो जाएगा. Means sell will reduce. Let's take an example of any bike. Pulsar bike. Okay. Initially, Bajaj was going into a very bad phase because there was no innovation, there was no product. But they suddenly launched a Bajaj Pulsar, and it has changed its market perception. So initially they launched Bajaj Pulsar. Introduction was there. They have established themselves like we are also entering into modified bikes or those who are liked by colleges. Okay, they launched Bajaj Pulsar. Obviously, it was the introduction stage. Then it is entered into growth stage because people were also excited about this new bike, which has better average, which has a better look, which has a better CC capacity. Everything was there. So it leads to growth stage. But after some time, other companies have also realized this is a big booming market. So they have launched their product. So Bajaj Pulsar has reached to a stagnancy level because people were also discussing, यार आज गाँव में इतने रिक्शा नहीं जितने बजाज पल्सर है. So people were not interested in buying a Bajaj because it is just another bike which other people also have. So they were going into some different, like maybe they are going to Royal Enfield, maybe they are going to FZ. So they have achieved a stagnancy where sales was not increasing. And ultimately, after some time, as competition has become dominant, the sale of Bajaj Pulsar has reduced. So it has went into a declining stage. But story doesn't end here. Every company knows that one or other day the product is going to achieve a declining stage because it is a common. जो पैदा हुआ है उसको कभी ना कभी जाना ही है. Okay, but here you have a choice whether you want to allow that product to decline or you want to make some changes into the existing product and you want to again take that product into introduction phase. Like Bajaj Pulsar have changed their CC, 220cc, 250cc, 300cc, whatever they want to do. Maybe making some little changes in their look, maybe making changes in the prices, maybe making it a double efficient and a fuel efficient. So they have to make some or other changes into their product and they again have to relaunch the product because people will say, नहीं वो वाला bike अलग है, मेरा वाला bike अलग है. The moment customer starts perceiving that it is a new product, they will buy it. But if they are having the same perception, yeah, this bike, my father also bought a 10-year bike. So child will not be interested to buy the same bike which his father has bought a 10-year bike. So this is important of new product development and launch. So it's not only about launching a new product or developing a product, but you also have to communicate what changes you have made in your product and it has to reach to the market or it has to be perceived by consumer that is, yes, this is a new product. So this is how you can go to declining stage and again you can go to introduction stage. So this is how product will develop and it will redevelop. Okay, and it will be continuously in the market. And this is what Bajaj Pulsar is trying now. They want to make certain changes to their product so that people will perceive it is a new product. It is not just an old product. Okay, let's take an example of Royal Enfield. Okay, they launched that initially Classic and Thunderbird. Okay, they launched it, introduction stage, achieved stagnancy. Now now people are not going for it. Maybe Java aa gaya hai. So there are certain bikes which are there already, which can compete with their existing product. So they launched Himalaya. They are giving some different products. Like they have launched so many new bikes. Now Bajaj Enfield, Royal Enfield. They have launched so many new products. So they want to take their product from declining stage to again introduction stage. This is what a small structure about new product launch or product life cycle. I hope you understood product life cycle. That is growth stage, introduction stage, then growth stage, then stagnancy, and then decline. Okay, So let's see a process of new product development. Idea generation. Idea generation matlab, that means any product that actually come into reality. Before that, it comes into the mind of creator. So any product before becoming a reality, before becoming being visible into a market, it is already there in a mind of creator. ओके एक मोटा मोटा प्रोटोटाइप, एक मोटा मोटा प्रोडक्ट ऑलरेडी तैयार होगा क्रिएटर के दिमाग में. ओके, सो दैट स्टेज इज अ फर्स्ट स्टेज, दैट इज आइडिया जनरेशन. क्लिक ऑफ प्रोडक्ट इन अ माइंड ऑफ क्रिएटर. ओके, सो बजाज पल्सर हो, चाहे रॉयल इनफील्ड का कोई नया वर्जन हो, या वॉट एवर ममा अर्थ हो, कुछ भी हो, there was something going, in a backstage before that product actually come on a stage. Okay, so that stage is called idea generation. So idea generation is very 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 important. Like I will tell you how important is idea generation, or intensity of idea generation, or importance of idea generation for any company. If you see most of the companies, like even my company, like where I'm presently working, purple.com, it's a cosmetic company. Even here you can see, uh, every month company keeps a competition, or company promote some kind of innovation from a people, because sales people, they are into a market, they know what people are demanding, which are the competitors who are doing good in the market. So every month they ask some kind of suggestion during meeting, like they have a separate session, like which are the products, competitive products, or maybe they are not competitor but they are doing very well in the market, or we can also go with that product. So what are the products which doing great in the market? Okay, so with that session we understand some kind of idea generation. Okay, or some of the things which company can also think of. Maybe we don't have that product in a current scenario, but looking at their potential, looking at their market demand, looking at the competitors, can we launch that product, or can we get some kind of business from that product? This is what idea generation means. Okay, like there is one company called Mankind. If you are aware about that company, like I'm sure everybody aware about Mankind, because very soon they have achieved a top rank in a pharmaceutical industry. Now they are into even FMCG, but majorly their 90% stake is from pharmaceutical industry. So Mankind Pharma, every month they have a competition actually, 10,000, 50,000 rupees, different brackets are there. So every month, every employee, like if you are interested, every employee writes some kind of suggestion to company. If company like that suggestion, obviously you will get some kind of monetary benefit from company, and that is like 15,000, 20,000, 50,000, like what the kind of idea you are sending. Based on that idea, you will get a prize. So this is where idea generation starts. Okay, it is not the owner only thinks in a AC cabin and he thinks about some idea. It is even from bottom up. Okay, there are two kind of approaches, that is top down approach, and the second is bottom up approach. Top down approach is management thinks about something and they decides this is going to happen, and they will communicate the same strategy to front level sales guys, or middle level management, or the field officers. Okay, this is top down, मतलब ऊपर से नीचे आ रहा है idea. Okay, so this is one thing. Second is bottom up approach, where field staff will give something to middle level management, front level sales manager, front level, middle level gives to top management, and this is how things will move from one level to another level. Okay, so there are two kind of approaches for idea circulation. One is top down approach, second is bottom up approach. Okay, these are the things which you will see recently in the news, because everyone wants to go for बॉटम अप अप्रोच, क्योंकि टॉप डाउन अप्रोच जो है वो बहुत बार like it is far from the reality, because somebody who is sitting in a AC cabin, or maybe they are not aware about the ground reality. Okay, but somebody who is working in a field, they know actually what is happening in the market, and because they are very close to customer, they are very close to consumer, so maybe they can give a more realistic picture to organization. Okay, this is the first stage, idea generation through many competitions. Like in fact many colleges, many companies go to companies, like my ex company GSK used to go to all the IMs. Okay, and they used to launch a business plan competition. Okay, and in business plan competition they used to see what new ideas these youngsters can give, which we can convert into a product, and we can get a revenue from that. Okay, so this is another way of generating ideas from youngsters. So multiple ways company try to get new ideas so that they can convert that ideas into product and can make this into a success. Okay, so idea is very important. Without idea you cannot go randomly making a product, and you cannot expect that product will be successful in the market. So first there needs idea generation. Then you have to discuss with the multiple people about your idea, those who can provide you guidance, those who can provide you some kind of inputs to stop you from any kind of failure in a phase of new product launch and development. Okay, so idea generation is not just about having idea, but you also discuss those ideas with the expert. You try different methods to understand how can you convert that idea into a product, what kind of product it should be, who will be your target customer, how your product will look like. So through various ways, what you try to generate an idea which can be converted into a product. So this is the first stage, that is idea generation. First you having idea generation, and then you go for idea screening. ठीक है, आइडिया दिमाग में आ गया है, बट व्हाट अबाउट इट्स डिफरेंट एंगल्स, डिफरेंट फेजेस, व्हाट अबाउट competition, what about acceptance? So what you will do, you discuss that idea or you try that idea at a different places to understand how your product is performing. Okay, so through different experts, through different ways, you try to see how your product is going to make impact into a market. If you think that your product is going to make impact into a market, initial results are very positive. Okay, initial results are very positive. You can see idea has potential to convert into market. Then only you will go to third stage, because हजारों लाखों ऐसे आइडियाज होंगे जो रोज पैदा होते हैं हमारे दिमाग में, ठीक है. बट द मोमेंट वी गो फॉर अ स्क्रीनिंग, वी आस्क एक्सपर्ट कि ये आइडिया है मेरा, क्या करूँ? दे विल से कि अरे ऑलरेडी द बिग प्लेयर इज सिटिंग already sitting there with the same concept and they are much ahead than what you are thinking, or maybe they have a lot of resources which you don't have. So maybe that idea will end there itself. That's why I said कि thousands of ideas, lakhs of ideas there which are generating every minute or every day, but they fail in idea screening or some or other stage. Okay, because obviously it is good that it is failed in an initial stage itself, rather than launching a product, investing a money, investing an energy, and then failing it, then looking that product as a failure. Okay, because that will be a big loss for any organization. Okay, if GSK has initially understood, okay, we are going for an idea, that idea is also good, but they would have made a proper planning about phasing about a manufacturing. They have failed to realize that our product is just a substitute to Maggi. So wherever there is no Maggi, people are buying for it. They are not just asking for your product, because you see, if you see, whenever people are going to the outlet, they are saying Horlicks ka Maggi dena, even if they are aware about the product, because there was a huge advertisement were going. Okay, people were asking Horlicks ka Maggi dena. Okay, या फिर going to any outlet to buy a water, and you will say Bisleri dena. Even if you want to buy a Kinley, or you can see there is a Kinley, but you will show finger to Kinley and you will say भैया Bisleri dena. Even educated people, because it has become a synonymous, they have achieved that first mover advantage. Okay, sell मतलब ever ready sell. We don't know any other sell. वो लाल वाले आते हैं ever ready. So people will ask like that. Okay, so whenever they go for asking for a toothpaste, they will say भैया एक कोलगेट देना, पेप्सोडे का कोलगेट देना, या फिर like पतंजलि का कोलगेट देना. So most of the people make a brand and product a synonym. Okay, because they have created that kind of impact in a market. This is their brand positioning, where people will recognize that product as a brand itself, as brand as a product itself. So they are confused whether which is Colgate and which is toothpaste. Okay, so they make it a synonym, and if product goes to that level, then you don't have to go for marketing. Your product will sell automatically. Okay, but again that product, some or other, the product will go to declining stage, but again you have to bounce back, like Colgate has. Okay, Colgate has lost its market share. Okay, huge market share in fact to Patanjali, to personal, to many toothpaste like Himalaya. Okay, there are many Ayurvedic toothpaste which are there in the market, and somehow Colgate has also launched their Colgate Red. Okay, which is again आयुर्वेदिक प्रोडक्ट. ओके, सो एक एमएनसी कंपनी जिसके पास बहुत सारा साइंस पड़ा हुआ है, बहुत सारी R&D पड़ी हुई है, दे आर आल्सो एंटरिंग इनटू इंडियन मार्केट विद आयुर्वेदिक प्रोडक्ट. एंड मे बी लाइक यू कैन से Patanjali, Himalaya, Dabur has forced to launch Colgate to their Ayurvedic products range. Okay, आपने देखा हो Colgate का ऐड आ रहा है अभी, they have launched Ayurvedic toothpaste. So this is what they have realized, that our product is going to declining stage, we are losing our market share. So again, to bounce back, we have to relaunch our product. Okay, consider Colgate as a new product. If you are considering our old product is there and it is huge success in market, you will not be able to survive. Right? So idea generation is about having idea or creating ideas. Once you have number of ideas, you test those ideas into a market to see which are the ideas which are having a worth going ahead, and which are the ideas we should drop at primary stage itself. So this is about second stage, that is idea screening. Then concept development and testing. Okay, once you have realized okay ये एक product बन सकता है, then what you do, you developed a concept around that product. Okay, what should be a concept of my product, how should I test that concept. So initially what you tested idea, because it was a very broad idea. मतलब you don't have an exact product out of that, it was just a broad product. You have tried that product, you have screened that product, and now you have developed a concept. Okay, now you have developed a concept, and now you want to test that concept. Now you want to try that concept, and you go with that concept to market. You go with actual users, consumers, experts, through various ways. What you try to see whether your concept is worth launching or not. Okay, so what you are doing, you are trying your concept into a market. So this is a stage where you develop a concept. Once you develop the concept, you test your concept into a market. This is about idea generation, idea screening, and third stage is concept development and testing. Let's take an example for this first three stages. Suppose tomorrow you thought of launching a edutech company. Okay, like a Baiju. Okay, ठीक है यार, मार्केट में कंपटीशन है, सब कुछ है, but there are people who are providing their product at a much costlier rate. Second thing, they are providing education in only English. I want to launch a product which will be available to market at comparatively lower price. Or maybe I will provide my education into different languages. Or maybe anything can be your own innovation through which you want to create differentiation between you and Baiju. So what you do, first there was broad idea, something I want to start in education industry. Okay, online education industry. This was idea generation, idea screening. Then you go with the different experts, you try different methods to see what is the acceptance level of online education. Maybe you will realize okay, there is a huge acceptance due to COVID, or maybe you will realize there is lesser acceptance due to offline education system. Like now colleges have started, education has started becoming normal, so parents are also not afraid about COVID now. So maybe you can see, or maybe you will realize that now people or now parents are not happy or not accepting their children to face a screen, because again 3 4 5 years of us facing a screen will affect their eyes, or maybe they will not be mentally stable. Like what I have seen with most of the student is somehow, I don't know, they are not behaving like a normal student which they used to be when they are going offline. There were no connection with the friends, they are alone in a flat. So maybe parents are not happy, maybe they are happy with their education, maybe the quality of education, but they are not happy with their child's behavior, or that loneliness with the children, or maybe they are not going with any physical activity. Continuously they are sitting in front of computer, laptop, iPad, and maybe they are not having any kind of physical activity. So through idea screening, you will see, okay, there were 90% of people were happy with the online education, but after this particular situation, or after third wave, or after vaccination, people are not afraid about COVID, or they are ready to send their children to education. So maybe now that customer bracket has came down to 50%. In even that 50%, maybe say 90% share with the Baiju, which is very child company, where maybe you will not be able to face a competition. Maybe you will not be able to face a competition. So maybe at the initial idea screening, you will realize that this is something which needs to be changed. Or maybe can I go with hybrid model, online plus offline? Okay, maybe in a particular city, say Mumbai, I will launch offline classes, or I will have a different batches, and those who want to come to offline, they can come offline, and those, like, see, anyhow I am going to take a lecture, anyhow I am going to cover a syllabus. So whatever students are coming offline, that's okay, that is already a revenue for me, or that is enough to achieve a break-even point. If I can record that video, and can I send that video to online mode? So those who are staying in a far-flung area, maybe they don't have access to schools, or maybe there are some areas where people are happy with online education, some parents are okay with online education, you can definitely go with those students with online education. So but these things needs to be explored, okay, because what I am saying, it is a very raw data, or maybe this is just my personal opinion, but personal opinion will not lead to a foolproof strategy. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to go with the idea screening, go with the experts, go with some of the people who are having offline classes, what they are observing, are they having a more number of students compared to a year back, or maybe they have a still the same number of children are there. Offline, interact with some offline people, or those who are working on online education, offline education, interact with them. What is the impact, 1 year before of COVID, and what is the impact of recent, in a research scenario? Try to understand idea screening, okay, see what different you can give. Maybe there are people who are giving a same level of education to children. So try to see what different you can give. Do you have any differentiation in the market? Can you convince to those parents, okay, those who are going for offline education, can you convince them that why online education is better? Like you can say, sir, you are creating your child for a competitive exam, okay, because competition is going to be everywhere. Like you, after 10th, even if you want to take admission into 11th, or whatever you want to do, there is a competition in the market. NTA, okay, NTA is National Testing Agency. That is the organization which is taking all the competitive examples, whether it's government job, whether it is for engineering admission, medical admission, wherever you are going, NTA is going to take exam. When exam itself is an online exam, then how can you prepare your child in offline mode? And even if you prepare, or allow your children for an offline mode, they will never be aware about the competition. You are preparing for a competitive exams, but you are not aware about a competition. But the moment you go online, suppose you take an academy NEET exams classes, okay, you will have a all India rank, and you can work on improving your all India rank. But if you're preparing in an offline class, and you're sitting in an ideal classroom, maybe you will compete with that 50, 60, 100 students, and you will able to improve your rank in that 100 students only. But ultimately, when you go all India exams, maybe your result will not be the same which you had in a class. So that's why you have to come with the idea where you will see, yes, this thing can work with the making changes into your existing idea. Okay, then concept development and testing. Concept development and testing is something where you have that edutech idea, you make certain changes in your concept. Okay, I will go with hybrid, I will test the market. First, initially go with launching some videos and try to test with your friends. Okay, what is their opinion? Okay, or try to go for some offline classes too, and try to see what is their opinion. Okay, so this is about just testing a concept. You don't have product. It is just going in a concept level where you don't have something physical. Marketing strategy development. Now, once you are sure with about a product, You have tested the product. You have seen that okay, this product has demand in the market. Now convert that product into a marketing strategy. How you are going to promote that product? Whether you want to track rural area, whether you want to track urban area, whether you want to track high class area, whether you want to track middle class, whether you want to go with mass selling. So what kind of strategy you want to develop to promote your product? Okay, who will be your target customer? Where you want to launch? What will be your brand positioning? So this is a stage where you will decide lot of things which will be a point of communication between you and your customer. Fifth is a business analysis. In a business analysis, what you will do? In a business analysis, you will see if you launch this particular product, what will be my expenses, what will be my revenue, which are the areas where I have to spend money. Okay, so whether this particular model is profitable or not. If it is profitable, how much profit I'm going to make, how much money I will make after 1 year, after 5 years, how much expenses I'm going to incur into 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, what is fixed cost, what is variable cost. Through different things you will try to understand a business analysis, that is revenue. Okay, if you find okay it is something where I'm going to make a better profit, you will go with that. If you think you are not going to make a better profit, maybe you will drop that idea, or maybe you will make certain changes to your product so that you can have a better revenue model. Okay, if you watch Shark Tank, okay, they always ask about your gross margin. Okay, what is your net profitability? So why they ask? Because maybe you have a product, you are doing a very good job to your product is very good, but what if your margin is not good? If you are not making that 50-60% of gross margin, maybe you will not able to manage the expenses in a long run. When there is a good profitability, good margin is there, definitely you can afford to have more expenses. Maybe you can go for more customer acquisition cost, maybe you can go for more advertisement, maybe you can go for product development, or maybe you can go for packaging changes, differentiation. So if you have money in your hand, you can make a lot of changes going ahead, even if some uncertainty comes. But if you are going on a very narrow margin and any uncertainty comes to your way, maybe you will collapse. So business analysis is also very important. We'll see these steps in a better way now. Idea generation, which we have seen, it can be internal or it can be external, maybe your customer, competitor, supplier, distributor, online opinion, colleges, young students. Okay, from anywhere you can take idea about idea generation. Once you idea generation, you can go for a screening, either drop the error or go with the error. Okay, so screen ideas companies normally face two serious errors that they must try to avoid these mistakes. एक तो ऐसी गलती, ये मतलब देर इज एरर एंड यू हैव ड्रॉप द एरर, मतलब आपको ड्रॉप एरिया समझ में, एरर समझ में नहीं है, यू आर नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई द एरर इटसेल्फ. ओके, और मे बी सेकेंड स्टेज you understood the error but you go with the error. Maybe you will have an opinion that maybe in a future we will be able to drop down that error. Okay, so once you idea, you go with the people, you discuss with the people, this idea, do you think this idea is going to work? You go with your own R&D, your own analysis and experts analysis. If you find yes we can go with this idea, you go with the third stage, that is concept development. Here the product is converted into the product. Okay, the product ideas, you go with some kind of testing into market, and once you understand that testing, once you understand the acceptance of product in the market, you go with the concept testing. Okay, this is kind of pilot. Okay, but it is pilot about a concept, it is not of the product pilot. आपका product तैयार करके आप market नहीं जा रहे हो, you are ready with the concept and now you are testing your concept into market. Means presenting the project concept to target consumers physically or symbolically and getting their reactions. Okay, if you get a negative reaction, you make changes in your product. If you get a positive reactions, you go ahead with fourth stage, that is market strategy development. After concept testing, for a concept that qualify a preliminary marketing strategy is created to introduce new product into market. We have discussed. So understanding the customer, analyze the market, analyze the competition, research distribution channels. Okay, so which are the, like how I'm going to distribute the product, either it is going to directly to the market or consumer, that is D2C. Nowadays most of the companies going with D2C, that is direct to consumer. ऑनलाइन बेच रहे लोग, अपना खुद का वेबसाइट हो, अमेजोन हो, कहीं से भी हो, They are directly putting their product into that website, and consumer are directly ordering that product, and it is ultimately reaching it to consumer. Maybe there can be second traditional channel where you will go with the wholesaler, wholesaler will give it to retailer, retailer will give it to consumer. So either you go with the middleman or you can go with the D2C, that is B2C or D2C. So there are various ways you can go with your product, but before that you have to understand what is working in a market. Define marketing mix. Marketing mix, what kind of advertisement you are going to promote, what will the BTL activities, what will the ATL activities. Different ways you decide whether I am going to go on TV or radio or newspaper, wherever you want to go. So define your marketing mix. That is also part of marketing strategy development. Analyze the financials. Okay, what expenses you are going to incur on your marketing strategy. Review and revise. This is like common steps in every stage. After understanding the marketing strategy, you will revise everything, and if there needs any change in your marketing strategy, you will make changes. If not, if everything is perfect, then you go to fifth stage, that is business analysis. This stage will decide whether from a financial as well as a marketing point of view the project is beneficial or not. As we have discussed about gross margin, your net profit, if everything is going as per your expectation, what you will do, you will go with that product. If something is not moving as per your expectation, what you will do, you will make certain changes into your product. That is again revise, review. Okay, first review and then revise. If everything is okay, you go with the sixth stage. If it's not okay, you go with the fourth stage, or maybe you will revise with the existing thing. Okay, sixth is a product development. Now you are actually coming to the physical product. Okay, up to now the product has existed only as a word description or drawing. Okay, so everything was in your mind now, but now the product has a physical attribute. You can touch that product, you can feel that product. Okay, so the company will now determine whether the product idea can translate into a technically and commercially feasible product. Okay, so सब कुछ बना लिया आपने, mentally you are ready with everything. Now we'll actually make a product. Now we'll actually test the product in the market. Okay, produce a physical prototype. ठीक है, आपका प्रोडक्ट दिखने में कैसा होगा, क्या होगा, नहीं, आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट इज अ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट, but maybe a prototype or like look like product you can create now. You can test into a market. Okay, give it to your friends, give it to some of the customers, some of the retailers, and try to get their reactions. Okay, try to get their feedback, and once you have that feedback, maybe you can make changes in your product. Conduct a focus group customer. Focus group customer, जहाँ आप target करना चाहते हो, where you want to target, select that particular target. Like maybe you want to focus yourself to retailers. Okay, go to retailers and give your samples to your retailer. Once you give samples to your retailer, try to see, just 1 minute friends, try to see whether your product is accepted in your market or not. Okay, what is their reaction, what is their opinion, because retailers are somebody who are not only aware about your product, but they are also aware about competitor. Okay, so they will compare your product with and they are also in a contact with the consumer, those who are ultimately buying the product. Okay, so they will try to see whether the product is at par with the competitor, whether the product will come up to the expectation of consumer or not. So they will give you genuine feedback. Okay, so I'm not saying that you will go to every outlet, but you will decide your basket, and you will go to those customers who are in a condition to give you some genuine feedback, and accordingly you will make an adjustment into your product. If your product is not up to the mark, make a changes according to your focus customer, or you're testing the market, or your pilot project. Pilot project का मतलब ये होता है कि you actually go to a market with the same product, with the same level, but you go to shorter market. Suppose you want to launch all India product, so you will do a test marketing say in Pune, okay, or some part of Pune, only in a Kothur area. So one area you go with a test marketing, and you will see what is consumer reaction, what is customer reaction, what is distributor reaction, what is market reaction, and once you get a positive feedback, you go to all India level. That is what we call a pilot project. Okay, so if everything is right till 6 project, you will go to 7 project. That is market testing, or what we call a pilot project. Okay, so you actually go to market, you supply the product, like you are going to do it for a larger scale, you will do it on a smaller scale. Okay, एक्चुअल मार्केट टेस्ट करते हो. सेल्स वेव रिसर्च मतलब सेल्स में कितना चेंज आ रहा है, क्या सेल्स कैसे ऊपर नीचे है, स्टेडी सेल्स है या फिर ग्रोथ स्टेज में दिख रहा है. सो यू वी गो विद दैट लाइन, हाउ इज योर सेल्स. स्टिमुलेटेड टेस्ट मार्केटिंग, एज वी सेड, स्टिमुलेटेड मतलब एक आर्टिफिशियल मार्केट करके देखते हो कि क्या आ रहा है. मतलब लाइक आई एम गिविंग 10 pieces to particular consumer, what is their offtake, how many consumer asking for our product, what is our visibility level. So you try to create artificial environment and you try to see what is your product impact into market. कंट्रोल टेस्टिंग मार्केट, यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं, अलग अलग वेरिएबल्स हैं आपके पास. ठीक है, अगर मैं विजिबिलिटी देता हूँ तो कितना मार्केट आ रहा है, अगर मैं टीवी में एडवर्टाइजमेंट देता हूँ तो कितना मार्केट आ रहा है, अगर मैं उस एरिया में बड़े बड़े पोस्टर लगाता हूँ तो कितना मार्केट है. सो यू ट्राई विद डिफरेंट वेरिएबल्स and it is something which is in your control. So you leave one variable, you subtract other variable, and you try to go for a trial and error method to test your market. This is control testing market. Test markets, so maybe you try with A class market, B class market, urban, rural, different areas you will try, and you try to see what is your product acceptance into those markets. So through different techniques you can test your market. सेल्स वेव रिसर्च, सेल ऊपर नीचे आ रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. स्टिमुलेटेड, क्रिएट आर्टिफिशियल एनवायरनमेंट. कंट्रोल टेस्टिंग मार्केटिंग, do try different variables at different times, okay, and see what is the impact of particular variable on a market or your sales. And test markets, go to different markets, test different markets, and ultimately if you are happy with all the market testing, you can launch your product, or you can go to 8th stage, that is commercialization, actually launching a product into market. Okay, so this is launching a product into market. If you are done with all the stage, there is a high probability that your commercialization will also be a success. Okay, so finally conclusion, we have seen why you need to go with new product launch and development, because absolutely it is necessary. Okay, you cannot survive with the same existing product for a long, because everything has a product life cycle. Some or other day it is going to be declining stage. So you always have to be in a market to see what new we can do. Can we develop our product? Can we launch our new product? Can we develop or make our existing product line, addition to our product line, whatever changes you can make to your company, your product, you have to do it. And continuously you supposed to be in a search of making innovation. That is what market has realized. Innovation is a key to success for a long time, or for a sustainability. कोई भी कितना भी बड़ा प्रोडक्ट हो, वो हमेशा नहीं रह सकता. देयर इज नथिंग परमानेंट, इररेस्पेक्टिव हाउ बिग यू आर. You have to make continuously changes in your product. You have to continuously go with the innovation to survive in a market. Okay, so this is about new product development and launch in a market. Thank you.